Good evening, welcome to the Board of Damocles. I am your host, Jim Buchanan, and tonight I am going to do another review of a folded space insert. This time it's going to be for Taverns of Tiefenthal. Fun game and I really like it. This is not one that I like the insert for, so I'm just going to go ahead and give that away right now. But let's go ahead and dive in, take a look, and I'll show you why. All right, here we are with Taverns of Tiefenthal, a Wolfgang Warsch game from North Star, and this is the folded space insert. Now, I mentioned in the introduction that this was not one of my favorites. I actually don't really like this one very much, and I'll show you why. Let me start with this. It's well designed. There's a ton of empty space. I don't think it's really that necessary. They did not... I think my main complaint is they didn't organize it the way that I thought about it. When I had it all in bags, I think it was better. And the reason I say that is, well, I guess let's just look at it here in this, right? You've got the different modules. You've got module 2, and you've got module 3 and 4, and the different, and 5. And now, having said that, this does hold an expansion. You can put the expansion in here, and I may like it better with that. But honestly, the reason I liked bags better, I mean, number one, this stuff kind of moves around a little bit. That's not great. But the biggest reason was because I could set it up so that, hey, here's a bag that has all your stuff in it. Here's a bag that has all your stuff. They didn't design it that way, number one. Number two, and I think this is pretty important, here's some stuff for a player. Here's some stuff for a player. I bought different colored dice because I'm a dork. But nonetheless, here's kind of how it works. Here's what it looks like here. And yeah, I can hand this stuff out to a player, but it's not everything that they need. Where I could have put everything in a bag and handed them everything. And on top of that, and this is what I think is the best, I had the modules actually set up in each bag. So, hey, this bag has this module in it. This bag has this module in it. And so I could easily see which ones were which. And they are separated, but they're not separated in the same way. They are not done as well here. And this is pretty much everything. You're seeing all of it here. You can see how these are, set here like this. Again, it's a lot of empty space, and I don't know if this is going to get another expansion. I don't know if it should. I think the base game is pretty great, but that's, beyond the insert. That's not the insert's fault. But there's a lot of extra space here, and a lot of that is taken up when you get the expansion. I don't have the expansion. And maybe that's some of why my stuff moves around so much. But to be honest, I don't think so. And part of the reason I went and got these dice for bigger ones is I was short a die of this type in player color, and I didn't want to be short one and have one weird one. I'm just kind of strange like that, I guess. So, and manufacturer wasn't willing to send new stuff. So there you go. There you have it. But nonetheless, it holds everything. That's not my complaint. It holds everything and does it pretty well. There's no box lift or anything like that in it. It's pretty good. It's just that I think the usefulness of it isn't what I would like. It doesn't have those modules separated out. It doesn't have it so that I can just hand a player what they want and just go. And that's what I'm looking for in an insert. Something to make it quicker, not just keep it organized. And in this case, I think it keeps it organized, just not the way that I think about it. So this is one that I would probably pass on if I had to do it again. I do think it's a good one as far as its construction and the way that it separates everything out. So don't get me wrong. It's just not one that I would do again. I think this one is one I'd pass on. I appreciate you watching. This has been the folded space insert for the Taverns of Tiefenthal. And have a good night.